Akaash Singh? What?
Akaash Singh, you know what he does?
What?
He sits in the audience because he doesn't have any material. Like a lot of these internet influenced comedians don't have jokes. He sits in the audience and he talks about you and your relationship.
How do you know this lovely lady? Just friends.
Well, this guy's married. And he used to brag on how his wife was a virgin.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. We already connected, and like she also isn't having sex.
The guy that I was kind of with right before him was also a virgin. I
didn't know you were a virgin too.
So I was a virgin too when I met him.
Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife.
First of all, any man who tells you that his wife is a virgin, that is an autistic man.
Here we go.
Any man with the courage to tell you his wife is a virgin and he didn't grow up with her in the Garden of Eden, that is an autistic man. And this is something the people that know him have not told him. They laugh and smirk with him. What's the guys he does the shows with? What's the dude who was talking about Kendrick? Yeah.
Andrew Schultz. Oh.
Schultz.
Oh, really?
Andrew Schultz. All these guys know him. And I notice they don't really shit on him like they should. They pity him.
Our goal is to make Akash's wife the biggest TikTok star.
She's so hot.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful. She's great. But my goal is to remove all the leverage he has in his relationship.
I mean, it would make me feel really good for her to surpass Akash in fame.
Ask yourself the question, why?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, we like to see our friends suffer.
Yeah.
Wow.
How are you guys doing?
Jasleen, I'm trying to build you up.
Let me tell you what this guy's wife does. She brags on getting ran through. All throughout college, etc., and told him she was a virgin.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses who could not tell me nothing. And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. So it's like, ugh. Sometimes it like literally hurts my heart. And when the nostalgia is that painful, guess what I have to...
So Honey wasn't a virgin. She says she's popping her pee in the white boy frat house. It's Honey, how charming. Obviously, someone had a hoe phase, right? She has a roster of guys. That she's rotating through. Now, what was she doing with them? We don't know the details exactly of what she was doing, but when somebody says they have a roster of guys that they're rotating through, can we all just take a guess at what that means? And she's nostalgic for those times. So
she probably told him like, yo, I'm a virgin. Yo, I don't do this, I don't do that. That's not even who she was with. Yeah, she was in the white frat parties getting her rearranged, getting her bent up like a pretzel. You feel me? Now, yo, her family gonna be like, you gotta get with a nice Indian boy, this and third. She gonna get with my mans, and she not gonna tell him the truth. Like, yo, man, I was getting ran through. Like, yo, was lit. You know what she gonna tell him? Ain't nobody hit. Word two. That everybody know that. I'm telling you. Like,
she brags on this. She's never kissed him in public and stands on it, even at their wedding.
Wait, what?
Darlene, is bad.
Oh, well.
It's bad. It's bad. But people will tell me I don't know what I'm talking about when it's suckers out there like this.
I'm strong. Then she's a good liar.
Why not?
I don't care about, I like tangible goods.
Since I am renewing my vows, I think the only thing you can do is propose again. Will you be Jasleen Singh forever again?
Yes! Oh my god! How big is this?
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so much.
Yo, it's a head stiff arm. Bang. Hold up. Bang. Yeah, that's crazy.
She don't give a lick about this guy. She's not attracted to him. She is not attracted to him. The power dynamic in this relationship is so screwed up, so obvious that she's running the show. It's so obvious that he wants her more than she wants him. All she cares about in the second video is the size of the diamond.
Oh my God. How big is this? Thank you so much. God, it looks so beautiful.
This marriage certificate, or whatever, I think, she brags on how she got smashed. She brags on what she wants to do. Pussy shit.
Wait, so she...
This is real life happening. You almost say this has got to be something. This has got to be fake.
Scripted,
Now
right.
this guy, what is his name again?
Akaash Singh.
Akaash Singh. This guy is not part of our demo, but his story is so needed to be said. I'm bringing it up.
So she fibbed that whole time and then hit him with the whammy? Like
He married a bottom dweller and held her up to be a thing of purity.
Somebody said she was getting bukakis.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. She brags on this. She's never kissed him in public and stands on it.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies and gentlemen of polite savages, we're now about to embark on a journey guaranteed to anger modern women and harlequins alike. The only thing that we can guarantee is that we tell the truth and nothing but the truth as we see it. So hold on. Are you ready? Let's go.
Polite savages. Well, polite savages, it seems like the loser of the week, no, actually the month, is one Akaash Singh, including his longtime wife Jasleen, telling on herself that she's been living loud and proud the whole slut life. She is a THOT devotee of the streets, getting pumped and dumped like this last month's crypto and stock market crash. And honestly, I wish I could be making all this up. But she really did the tough work in laying it all out there with the many guys she's been with. And this is coming from her own words, as the guy's been doing the alley-oops and doing the backdoor layups, apparently running through the team's roster during her college years. While she out here ducking and dodging the kisses and pulling away hugs from her husband. And also let me remind you that Akaash isn't really her type that get her juices flowing, as she got crushes on them white boys shooting down CEOs like Luigi Mangione, running her mouth telling any person on social media that the nostalgia she yearns for is for them frat boy sausage fests and frequent college sorority sex. She's been willing to divulge anyone willing to listen that she's been living a cum bucket type of life before she became wiped up, saved by a white knight simp, otherwise known as Akaash Singh.
18, I went flat broke. 34 years old, I probably made $4,000 that entire year. And we couldn't even afford the living room we lived in New York City. So we had to stay on her friend's couch for almost a month. We were basically homeless for a month. I'm 34 years old. She's 25 years old. I'm looking at this girl like, man, you could go be with an Indian who's a doctor, like a real Indian. You're a beautiful girl. You have so much ahead of you. Me, I don't know what my life is going to be. I'm 34. I'm broke. This dream might not ever happen, but I'm too chronic to quit. Because I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to marry this girl because I'm so broken. I'm in such a bad place and it's a dark time in my life. But I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again. And I will never find a girl who rides.
For it is moments when people's backs are up against the wall, which will be the real judge of their character. Will they stick it through with you? Or will they leave you behind? But what Akaash seemingly leaves out of this story is that she left him behind.
Story time of why me and my husband broke up before we got married and why it ended up being the best decision we ever made. So he was pretty much losing all his income, and at the same time I was working a really toxic job, and it just caused a lot of stress on our relationship.
When I was talking about like my story time of me and Akaash having a break before we got married, which I think is normal and healthy and should be normalized.
It was a huge fight between all of us. Basically, Akaash did not defend me, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I can be in a relationship with this person anymore.
So after this, we both took a much needed break and
So the man was literally at the lowest portion of his life, and you were being, quote unquote, you said it, not me. Just so happens, after he gets up on the podcast and is getting his life back together, all of a sudden then now you get back together with him. Okay, that's how that works, huh?
Okay, so I've been getting a lot of comments that I'm using my husband for clout. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I am leveraging nepotism, but like through my husband, so like spousal nepotism. What's wrong with that?
Okay, I have two buddy stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore.
She is like making her husband look so lame. It's not a flex to talk about your personal life, what you did in college, whatever. It's just not a flex. You're married.
Gather round for Scotty's story time, when what I'm gonna tell you next you would think I'm lying. But this is the God's honest truth as told to me by one of my OG homies. It has to deal with the age-old Catholic form of birth control, where one of the most popular categories on spicy sites is a good old anal pounding is not counted by some of these women. And in this case, my OG homie's virgin ex-girlfriend, wink wink, where in her own words, if a man's ding-a-ling is up in her stink, well, it doesn't count as her losing her virginity. And how do I know this? Well, I was told before that the dude that she laid up previously before my homie is that dude got his rocks off in her back end. And so by the time she broke it off with him and ended up with my friend, she mentioned that she was still a virgin, even though she practiced sodomy. Now, you don't have to believe me, but I'm just a messenger. The only thing I'm questioning is, if somehow this does not count as losing her virginity or a woman's virginity, then what other excuses a woman will make that her virginity is still intact in how she defines the conditions in which she puts in place. Where I think I can speak for a majority of men, when it's simply any type of penetration with a man's Johnson into a woman's poop shoot rear end or in the pink nanny. Let's not go pretending and changing that she still has her virginity off of a technicality.
Every idiot has a platform, and I'm sorry, just disrespecting your spouse is never going to be a flex.
Akaash Singh's wife does not respect him because he's a weak individual and he did not set any boundaries early in the relationship. And now you're seeing in real time that that woman does not respect him.
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it.
I don't do things. I don't like working. I do not dream of labor.
And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian and he buys me lots of nice things.
The idea of asking a girl to sign a prenup, incredibly offensive. I asked someone to sign a prenup because I had some like booming business. Then I would be like, yeah, can you just sign this prenup because I don't want to like lose all my money. But then like if a guy asked me to sign a prenup, I would be like, I would call off the wedding. Like I would literally call off the wedding.
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
I had no real ability.
She really enjoys this bit of like, yo, my husband gonna do what the fuck I say, and I don't cook, and I don't clean, and I don't do this, and I don't work. Like she enjoys the fact that she can open.
And she had a wet ass in college.
Yeah, like she enjoys having this audacity to be like that.
I mean wet, I mean blood.
Yeah.
Polite savages, lady polite savages, I think I have a strong case, as many others have laid out before me on the table, of all the evidence from Jasleen herself, that it's a strong possibility, of course with my dubious speculation, do say that Jasleen shows all the signs of a young gold-digging hussy, who after getting out the whole phase, and got ran through with her special type of white frat dudes, she saw an easy retirement plan, a 401k, and a simpish stand in one Akaash Singh, catching him at the right time as the circumstances of his life changed, when she rode the wave along his budding stardom and social media fame.
She go marry the guy that is suitable for the family and for her, and there's no way on earth she's telling her husband that when she was in college, she was running through her like a track meet. No way! I'm telling you, bro. No way! No way! You know what I'm saying? No way! So shorty here, come on, man. yo, them some white, she was up in there in college, them white dudes was going bananas on her, you feel what I'm saying? But because of these family values and like religion and all that type of stuff, she gonna get right. She gonna get right, you feel me? She get right, but she not gonna tell her mans all, the only thing she with, you gotta take those stories to the grave.
Being so comfortable talking about every sex thing in the world, yapping their way without any hesitation, and the moment their husband comes to even touch them a little bit, they're reeling away like this, which is like, he's not very attractive.
But talking
I think about mass, I don't think about my husband.
She's always going to be craving her whole phase. The fact that she has a whole phase is a problem, and part of the reason why she's not attracted to you, by the way, because they lose, this pair bonding, they lose that ability to do that when you're popping your pee, honey, for everybody in the frat house, like you so delicately admitted to us 2 seconds ago.
Yo, you could tell when a chick feel like she even too bad for you to even be with her. Like, that's what this chick is giving. It's like, she's giving that type of attitude, like, yo, this lucky to have me type. Like, this lucky to have me type. You get what I'm saying? You gotta know when your girl not even into you, bro. Respectfully, I think her type is white dudes. White boy frat houses.
Akash Singh, a man almost a decade older than Jasleen, is her #1 stan. The best that he believes that he can get, and there's a lesson in that. Where this young harlot could do no wrong, even though she's been telling us all along what she used to do in her college days, getting ran through by a bunch of dudes of the same age. His lack of experience and unwillingness to face the music and the truth that his wife may have been an infamous floozy and strumpet, run up the stats and being a statistic herself, while he's out here dishing criticisms on men's content, consumers, and creators. He should have vetted her properly and tending to his own house, instead of extolling her non-existent chastity and virtues, built from a fictionalized, idealized woman that he dreamed of, but doesn't really exist. Akaash Singh, you've been had. You've been hoodwinked. Now let reality sink in, and that there are no pristine good girls and halfway virgins.
And I could get it if I'm putting myself in her shoes and I'm princess, okay? I could imagine that if I'm a bed and I'm young and you're 31, a bit of a loser, and, out of shape, you want to be with me, you have to promise me a good life. And I will grant you the honor of getting those white frat boys sloppy seconds.
And what is most troubling of all this is that Akaash has a bad case of cognitive dissonance by willfully turning a mental blind eye to all of his wife's misdeeds, extensive whole story by proclaiming to the world that his girl is a virgin, who just lost her innocence to him, a self-labeled virgin himself. This is a case of a man telling lies to himself where he's believing in his own lies, and willful ignorance, staving off the pain of confronting the brutal reality of Jasleen's deception that she's been a good girl all along and not a bust-down brown Betty pass-around for the college men's enjoyment.
You gotta understand, for the simps out there, they think they got lucky, when in reality, dude, you were just the last train leaving. So the simp is isolated with her, and even if the rest of the world is like, man, this is silly, he starts telling himself, well, as long as I'm cool with her, that's all that matters. That's when she has him completely wrapped around her finger, when he starts telling himself it's okay if the rest of the world is laughing at me and mocking me, so long as I'm good with her. Now, folks, do you know this? Females never say that about men. If her girlfriends ain't impressed, if other people are not approving, she doesn't say, well, as long as I'm good with him, the rest of y'all. The divorce rate shows you that. Hell, the breakup rate shows you that. Women don't do that.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe. Hit us up on all social media networks.
We found true happiness.